Hello everyone, welcome to QNT350, Introduction to Business Analytics. In this short video, I will give a brief introduction to the course and the logistics. And even though I will see you on Thursday, I hope this will help you to get familiar with the course requirements and so on. First, a quick introduction of myself. My name is Ning Jia. Feel free to call me Ning, that's my given name, or Professor Jia. Jia is my family name. And my background, I have a PhD in mathematics from University of Minnesota. And since then, I held several academic positions involving both research and teaching, and several industry positions where I mostly analyzed different types of industry data. So I am a new faculty member at the Barney School of Business. So I don't have my office assigned because of all the renovation that has been going on. But I think I will get in my office very soon, and it'll probably be on the 4th floor of the Barney's building. And my office hours tentatively will be set to Tuesday and Thursday from 2 to 3:30 p.m. And then, of course, we can talk more and see what your schedules are like, and maybe we can find some additional times when all of you are available. And of course, you should always feel free to reach out to me to make additional appointments and meet me at different times. And the best way to contact me is probably through email. And I usually reply emails several times a day, and definitely will reply within 24 hours during the week. And my business phone will be determined soon once my office is assigned. In the meantime, if you want to reach out to me quickly, feel free to call me on my cell phone, 617-710-6857. So some basic information about our course. We will be meeting on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 3:30 to 4:45 p.m. In Beatrice Auerbach Hall, 422. And most of you are probably more familiar with the campus and the classrooms than I am. I hope you will have no problem finding this room. And the required textbook will be The Business Analytics by James Evans, 3rd edition by Pearson. So I just want to point out that you probably cannot get the paper version of this textbook because it is in the newest edition. So you will need to go to this link down here and rent the e-textbook. And just to make sure that you are getting the 3rd edition. This is the first time for this course that we are using the newest edition. So if you are getting a used textbook from other classmates, you might still need to get access to the exercises in this new textbook because we will be assigning homework problems from the new textbook. And the software packages we will be using will be mainly Excel and R. So everyone should be somewhat familiar with Excel. And if you've never used R, it's really actually more convenient in many ways than Excel when we move into more advanced statistical analysis. Although we may now assign many problems where you have to use R for, but it's good for you to be exposed to R early on. So the prerequisites for the course, I believe most of you have one of these prerequisites already if you can sign up for the course. But if you haven't taken any of these, please let me know, and I'll ask around and see what we can do about it. So our course will be structured as the following. We will have a homework due on every Monday at 11:59 p.m. This will be submitted in Blackboard, so you don't have to hand in a paper version. And this will be based on previous week's material. And the weekly homework, almost every week, it'll be due, will be 15% of your final grade. And then we'll also have a weekly quiz at the beginning of Tuesday's class for about 10 minutes, and also based on the previous week's material, and this will be another 15% of your final grade. And here are some important dates. On October 3rd, Thursday, in class, that is from 3:30 to 4:45 p.m., we will have our midterm 1, and this will be 20% of our final grade. And the same happens on November 7th. We'll have our second midterm. It's another Thursday, and we're going to have it in class. This will count as another 20% of your final grade. And lastly, our final exam has already been scheduled. It will happen on December 20th, last day of the finals, on Friday, from 2 to 4 p.m. This will be worth 30% of your final grade. So please make sure that you can attend at least. I hope you can attend the class unless you have a good reason not to. But please make sure you are free on these days. If you already know ahead that one of these days just won't work for you because of some serious obligations, do let me know, and we'll try to figure out a makeup date as soon as we can. And the submission of homework and quizzes, we will have more detailed instructions in Blackboard. But I just want to point out, eventually we'll be submitting your homework and quizzes in Blackboard. And you will have some handwritten assignments if you're not familiar with the procedure. So if you do not also have access to a scanner on campus, I recommend one of these 4 apps. I just want to point out there's no need to upgrade any of them. You can just use the basic version, and they should be all free. And then you can easily just take pictures of your handwritten pages and sort them into one PDF file, and then submit it through Canvas, through Blackboard, either using your Blackboard file app, or you can email it to yourself and then submit it through your computer. So there will be some detailed requirements, but I just want to point out, I hope everything will be clearly scanned and all the problems submitted in order that they are assigned and clearly labeled. And you will also have some Excel or R output, and that portion can also be converted into PDF file. You can screenshot your output, paste the result into a Word file, and then just export the Word file into a PDF file. So this is just one suggestion. You might have better ways to do this, but I found this part, relatively easy to handle too. So a little bit of motivation, we're going to talk about this all semester long, is why do we want to study business analytics? And I just want to point out here, even though I have a PhD in mathematics, this won't be a theoretical course and wouldn't have that much math in it. Of course, some math will help us to understand the background and theory, but we won't have a theoretical course. This will be a very applied course in business analytics, and everything will be applied to different kinds of businesses. And such analytical skills are really extremely important to basically all industries, and they're growing more and more important every day. And for some of you who have already had some internships or looking for internships, you should realize that the business analytics skills are very visible skill, and can be judged very quickly and very essential to almost all types of jobs. So it's important for you to have a good amount of proficiency if you go out to seek your first internship or first job. And of course, we're going to talk a whole lot more about this. So I mentioned this because I hope that even though we have a lot of pressure, you have a lot of courses, your pressure to performing all of them, but some of them may or may not be directly related to your first, job seeking, experience, or related to, the kind of industry you're going in. not business analytics. It really applies to all industries and applies to all levels of positions in basically all industries. So I hope we all realize how important it is. But really, by the end of the day, it's actually a really fun topic too. We're going to be watching some videos as supplemental material to the course, where we'll be exposed to a lot of the applications and fun applications related to business and analytics. And I also want to point out a book that I highly recommend. It is written by, although two professors, but these are two professors with a lot of industry experience. So they really speak from their experience and their knowledge background, and so made this book called Data Science very readable and very relatable, and in my opinion, more touches upon more of the essential, important both skills and theories and the major concerns in the application of business and analytics. So I highly recommend this book just for your bedtime reading, I hope. And of course, we'll be adding additional supplemental reading material later on too. So I hope I have covered most of the basic points related to our course, and of course the details for the course will be posted in Blackboard as we move on to each week. But in the meantime, if you have any additional questions about the course, feel free to email me.